are born until the moment we die, we will all experience pain and suffering. Pain and suffering is the human condition we are all bound to. Many people believe that people with disabilities are sick, frail, and weak, so they have more pain and suffering than people without disabilities. Therefore, they are willing to condone assisted suicide. The very idea of assisting someone to die infuriates me. I'm a human being with the same emotions, loves, dislikes, just like anybody else. For all intents and purposes, I am normal. I'm sick and tired of people assuming that I'm unhealthy, debilitated, or fragile. I have a bone disease that causes my bones to break, but not my zeal for life. I get frustrated and even depressed about my disability, especially when someone tells me I'll never work. Imagine telling a child they're never going to walk or travel, or you will die before you're one. Yes, my disability causes me pain. Having a disability causes me emotional and physical pain. Yes, I cry many tears. And yes, I even cried out, God, why me? But I thank you for my life. There was a time when I thought I should end my life. I was 16 years old, and I thought, is this never going to end? Will I continue to break bones, have surgery? Will I ever be able to make friends, find someone that will love me just as I am, and be employed because people don't understand the pain and the joy of the struggle? Rick Warren, from A Purpose-Driven Life, What on Earth Am I Here For?, described my questions and offered a little insight. He writes the following: why is this happening to me? Why am I having such a difficult time? One answer is that life is supposed to be difficult. It's what enables us to grow. But how does one grow? Through pain. I realize now it allows me to discover who I am. But at the time I thought, I think it would be better just to not have my life. To end the life rather than to continue. I didn't end my life, and I thank God that He gave me the strength to continue with life. Had I ended my life, I would never know the joy of holding my niece in my arms for the very first time, looking down on her sweet, content little face. I would never know what a newborn baby smells like, or the touch of her silky soft skin. I would never know her sister 2 years later, or hear her laughter as we played imaginary games. I would never know the exhilaration of getting behind the wheel of my van in a parking lot and driving faster than my electric wheelchair could go on a sidewalk. I would never know the pure pleasure and accomplishment of wheeling across the stage as I got my bachelor's degree of science in business management. I would never know what it felt like to have a kangaroo eat out of the palm of my hand. I would never know the depth and sorrow and heartbreak of losing my father, who taught me unconditional love. The desire of having a pain-free life is what we all want. What I want, what you want, whether it's physical, psychological, or emotional. The solution isn't to end life, but to end pain and suffering. Our modern medical technology can and should reduce pain and suffering, not just with surgery and pills. We have become so dependent on pill popping that we've forgotten to teach our children on how to cope with the challenges that life brings. Some of my most valuable lessons of coping skills I learned when I was a child. For example, I found listening to music relaxed me. And also I would watch TV, which also took my mind off of my pain. But not just any television show, comedy television shows. Because it made me laugh. Who doesn't like to laugh, right? Science has proven that when we laugh, it releases endorphins in our brain that actually reduces pain. When I help others, it also diverts my attention from me to someone else, which also reduces pain. However, I can't forget about alternative medicine. Alternative Eastern medicine should be incorporated into our Western medical regime, such as naturopathic medicine, acupuncture, and acupressure. Science has also begun to unlock the door of neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity allows the brain to create new neural pathways. Essentially, it can rewrite itself to adapt to changes such as environmental and behavioral. What if we could rewire our pain sensors to reduce, or in some cases, eliminate pain altogether? I also read that research is discovering that meditation also can reduce pain. I have to ask myself, there are numerous resources out there that can potentially help people. Then why are we still suffering with pain? I believe one reason is that many people don't have access to the various resources. Recently, while watching TV, the news actually, I heard of a woman who moved from the island to Surrey, but she couldn't get an assistance with a bath. Can you imagine in Canada not being able to have a bath? In Canada. She couldn't get a bath because there was no lift that her attendant could help her with to take her from her wheelchair into the bathtub. A simple task that most people take for granted, like taking a bath, became almost impossible. It was so complicated for her. Is it any wonder why people get depressed and become full of mental pain and anguish? I ask myself another question. Why isn't the medical community advising people of the various resources? Why are social workers not giving a list of all the various medical options for these resources? I realize that some government social workers cannot give any medical preferential treatment, but I understand that. But they could provide a list, and the person with the disability or their guardian could do their due diligence and research the different medical resources. Many people are covered with basic medical, and some people have the means to purchase extended medical. But most people with disabilities don't have the means to try alternative forms of medicine. Thus, we continue to have pain and suffering, so we don't feel like there's any hope. If you take a person's hope away, then they have no reason to live. Every person deserves the right of hope, especially since we live in a country that is governed by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, Section 15.1, which states the following. Every individual is equal before and under the law and has the right to equal protection and equal benefit of the law, without discrimination, and in particular, without discrimination based on race, national or ethnic origin, color, religion, sex, age, or mental or physical disability. We are all equally protected and equally benefit under the law. This should include medical provisions for all Canadians. Therefore, shouldn't we all have the same medical access? We all have a place in Canada, and we were all born with a purpose. In order to fulfill our purpose in life and be the best we can be, we deserve to have access to health care that can reduce pain and suffering. Because people without unnecessary pain and suffering strengthen our entire nation. Thus, allowing a person to assist in the death of another person or ending one's own life is an abomination against humanity itself. While life has pain, it has much to offer. I leave you now with a poem from Mother Teresa. Life is an opportunity. Benefit from it. Life is a beauty. Admire it. Life is a dream. Realize it. Life is a bliss. Taste it. Life is a challenge. Meet it. Life is duty. Complete it. Life is a game. Play it. Life is costly. Care for it. Life is love. Enjoy it. Life is a mystery. Know it. Life is a promise. Fulfill it. Life is sorrow. Overcome it. Life is a song. Sing it. Life is a struggle. Accept it. Life is tragedy. Confront it. Life is an adventure. Dare it. Life is luck. Make it. Life is too precious. Do not destroy it. Life is life. Fight for it.